What's been going on with Jaylen Brown and Jrue Holiday? They did sit out a couple of games for the All-Star break, but they did come back against the 76ers, and they look like they never missed a beat. We're going to break down the latest injury news on those two very important players to help the Boston Celtics go back-to-back as NBA champions. But the good news is neither of them think their injuries are going to be long-term as we do push 26 more games left in the NBA regular season. And then playoffs, well, they're right around the corner. This is why you guys subscribe to Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot. If you want the latest Celtics news and rumors, and we go live for every single Boston Celtics basketball game, go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. Help us reach 46,677 subscribers to go. Go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. All right, let's start off here with Jaylen Brown. What's been going on with him? We saw him play in the All-Star break, so you're thinking, okay, well, you didn't play 2 games for the All-Star break, so how injured is he? Is this something we should be concerned about moving forward? Because I really don't think I want to know a Celtics team without the Jays in full force. Like I said, he missed the final 2 games for the All-Star break, which thankfully didn't matter. The Boston Celtics won both of those games. He got some much-needed rest, but he did also have to go through the All-Star break and go through the game playing on Team Chuck or Shaq or whichever team he was on. But Brown suited up for the final event, and he only played 12 minutes. So it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't like, he was doing 360 windmill dunks out here. No, he was dealing with some right knee swelling during the break and before that. So they had to take their precautions, and they had to do the necessary rehab to get him back to full force. Jaylen Brown said on Thursday around the shoot-around, it's fine. Just some swelling. Comes from the rigors of the season and stuff like that. But getting off for a couple of days has been really good. And honestly, I wish they'd just cancel the All-Star break altogether and just give these guys a week of vacation so they can actually finally rest. Because having Jaylen Brown, having Jason Tatum out there, do they ever really get a second to stop and think, hey, my body needs a full day of not doing any physical activity? But I understand. Look, he's a professional athlete. Injuries are going to come with it. I'm not going to boo-hoo over here. I just want to make sure that he is okay, first and foremost, and that he is able to help the Boston Celtics win. I'm sure he'd say the exact same thing. Overall, throughout the course of the season, he's had some hip flexor issues, a shoulder strain. Now he's been dealing with that right knee swelling, and he says, look, I've had some bumps and bruises and swelling along the way. Once again, that just comes with being a professional athlete. So there are going to be some things we're going to have to monitor moving forward. And if you ever find the injury report, see that Jaylen Brown is maybe not playing against a lesser team, yeah, maybe it's a rest game. Brown doesn't take too many of those. But it sounds like the knee swelling is doing a lot better. This isn't anything for the Celtics fans to be worried about. Jaylen Brown reassures fans, saying, one of the things, I've had a bunch of little small injuries. But I had a bunch of little small injuries last year as well. And look where it got us. NBA champions, and he was our Eastern Conference Finals and NBA Finals MVP. That's just the journey. Just got to make sure you take care of your body, get your rest, and get ready for war. Well, the Celtics have 26 more regular season games to get ready for war. And believe me, just like Joe Mazzulla said, the target's not on our back. The target's right here, in between our eyes, on our forehead, right where we can see them. Brown looks like he's ready to go. And if he's ready to go, then I'm ready. Go on ahead. Give Jaylen Brown the love that he deserves. He's making sure that we feel okay. We feel comfortable with what he's been dealing with. So give Jaylen Brown some love. Spam 7 in the comment section down below. Holiday, don't need to sound any alarms just yet, but I am a little bit more concerned with Holiday. We're going to talk about that in just one moment. Let me tell you guys real quick about our sponsor on today's show. That is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. I'm playing PrizePicks every single game day, and I want you guys to join me and 10 million active users. You guys can play PrizePicks in over 30 different states, including Cali, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. The reason why I love playing PrizePicks, #1, it's super easy. All you guys have to do is just pick more or less on a player's projected stats. Minimum 2 players, maximum 6 players. But I also do really like the promotions. Every single Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, which is a discounted projected player stat. And then every Friday is Flex Friday, win or your money back guaranteed. If you guys want to go on ahead and test out your skills, professional or collegiate, you can do so right now by downloading the PrizePicks app, using promo code CLNS. After you guys create an account, This will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. That'll give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game. Brown only missed 2 games before the All-Star break, but Holiday hasn't played since February 4th. And because he wasn't in the All-Star event, he did get 16 full days of rest, which honestly sounds like he really needed it. He's been struggling with a shoulder injury for quite some time now. And when you ask Joe Mazzulla, hey, are these long-term injuries? Is this something we should be concerned about? Mazzulla says they're not issues, they're opportunities. Once again, that's great, Joe. Love your optimism. But for real, is he okay? Holiday is okay. It's something that he's going to have to deal with for probably the remainder of the season. He's been dealing with this shoulder injury for the past 2 months. He even said back in January, look, this may linger more than I want it to. It's obviously playable. He played against the 76ers. He only had 8 points, but that's kind of where Jrue Holiday has been at in terms of scoring. He seemed to be moving more efficiently. It's been bothering me for a little bit. Then obviously me feeling it more and more. I guess we felt, he and the trainers, like it was time to give it a little bit of a break. Glad I got the opportunity to. Felt good today. It's been feeling good for a while now. And look, Boston wasn't struggling without Jrue Holiday, but I don't want to keep moving forward without Holiday. They went 3-1. He played against the 76ers. He was playing great on defense. He was keeping up with the rhythm. I never looked at Holiday and thought, looks a little shaky to me, or it looks like he can't keep up. The defense was there. Three-point shooting was there. He went 2 for 3 from downtown, especially from the corner where he's always been so great of a shooter. But because his stats have gone down pretty substantially in his career, this season is where I start to get a little bit more weary of Jrue Holiday's injury. Jaylen Brown being a lot younger than Holiday, about 10 years younger. I don't worry so much that he's got bumps and bruises. He can bounce back probably a little bit quicker. But Holiday pushing 35, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit concerned about this lingering shoulder issue. When he played against Philadelphia, he looked fine. I would have actually known he had an injury. But I want to make sure that we're not missing him for the rest of the regular season at some point, because we do still have to catch up to Cleveland. Holiday broke it down a little bit further. He said, look, especially for me, if I'm at a game, I want to play. So hopefully, if it's not, in immense pain, he will suit up. You play through injuries. You play through being hurt. Sometimes it's smarter to take a little bit of time, especially since we have the second half of the season. The good news is Holiday seems locked in. Holiday doesn't want to sit. He does not want to take that break. He wants to make sure his shoulder's okay, because they all realize, it's February today? They could be playing until late June. You have to take your paces with it. So this is nothing to sound the alarm on just yet. It was nice to finally hear from Holiday and not just Mazzulla saying these are opportunities, but it looks like both Jaylen Brown and Jrue Holiday are doing good. So give Holiday the same love you guys just gave Jaylen Brown. Don't want Holiday to miss another game because he's healthy and he looks great. Spam 4 in the comment section down below if you guys haven't already. Be sure to give them love in the comment section, as we are now 26 games away, fighting to catch up with Cleveland and go back-to-back. And as always, if anything happens with the Boston Celtics, we'll talk about it right here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. Go on ahead, do one thing for me. Hit that sub button.